show where they know sports. If you want to know about sports, this is where you go. Welcome to the Mizzle show where they know sports. If you want to know about sports, this is where you go.
First down, touchdown, first down, touchdown, yeah. First down, touchdown, touchdown, yeah. First down, touchdown, touchdown, yeah. First down, touchdown, yeah.
Now, again, read the caption that you see on your screen. This is not number 200. This is strictly a boxing show. We're going to talk about the sweet science of boxing here because there was a championship fight that took place in the land down under in Australia. But at the end of the day, Vasiliy Lomachenko once again is a champion as he claims the IBF lightweight championship of the world by TKOing George Kambosos in his home country in the 11th round. It was more of a stoppage / the trainer decides to throw in the damn towel. But at the end of the day, Vasiliy Lomachenko once again is a champion in the sport of boxing as he wins the IBF lightweight championship of the world as that was vacant. And hi, I am the Black Skin Lampley, and yes, it really does say Mizzle Merchant. He shocked me with this one, folks. I'm not gonna lie. I was expecting maybe Mizzle Kellerman or Mizzle War, but he decides to throw a body shot like he's Bernard Hopkins to Oscar De La Hoya with Mizzle Merchant.
You know, Blaxican.
Okay, here we go. There we go.
We come here today. Oh, hell, I forgot what I was going to say. No.
Oh, the old, that is Larry Merchant.
Yes, the greatest.
Being Larry Merchant.
The greatest. The greatest. That man can literally say one word, pause for 5 minutes, and the camera will still be focused on him. And we're sitting here like this. Any day, Larry, I got to fucking piss, man. And then as soon as you get up, I came here.
You can go pee, and you can come back, and you will still be on the same exact thought.
Wait. Holding the microphone like this.
Mm-hmm. Now,
this was a tremendous fight.
Now, I kid you wrong. The only time he would ever talk fast is one, whenever he was talking about Manny Pacquiao.
Yes.
And two, when he was threatening to kick Floyd's ass. That's the only two times you would ever hear Larry Merchant talk as fast as you can hear him.
Yes.
But nonetheless, Larry Merchant, Hall of Fame writer, Hall of Fame boxer, longtime analyst on HBO with the great Barry Tompkins and the great Jim Lampley. Yeah, he was. He absolutely was. Absolutely.
Hey. And he has some finger-licking barbecue sauce on them ribs, too. I'm trying to tell you. Baby Ray's, Sweet Baby Ray's? Was it Sweet Baby Ray's? You let me know what kind of flavor he had on them ribs, Oos. I think it was Sweet Baby Ray's.
It was that with a mixture of some famous Daves, and Loma was definitely getting some good old-fashioned beef ribs on George Kambosos' body. As as we always say when it comes to the sport of boxing, don't let the judges decide it for you. If you can decide it for yourself, decide for yourself. And
Indeed.
Loma said there will be no after the bell. There is going to be no after the bell. We go to the judges' scorecards. He said, "No, we're ending this tonight." And
yes,
definitely.
We're going to pang a star on that one too.
But without question, Vasiliy Lomachenko once again a champion in the world of boxing, as he
now he's Larry Merchant
in fights before he made the jump to lightweight. Because if you never saw amateur Vasiliy Lomachenko,
hungry.
Amateur Vasiliy,
Hungry.
nobody to play with in the amateurs. He made people quit on the stool.
Yeah.
That's how good amateur Vasiliy Lomachenko was. And
Well, his body shots were true. I mean, his work to the body is just
yes,
excellent.
yes,
I mean,
yes.
he's one of the fighters that, when you step into that ring, no. Don't protect your fucking. I mean, you're supposed to protect your face at all time. But when you're facing Lomo, you better come with some. You got to be hunched because that man is hunting for your ribs. He's trying to do what Bernard Hopkins did to De La Hoya. Ouch.
And what he did to Tito in MSG. Because I mean, we haven't gotten to that yet, and that's later on as this show progresses. Because I mean, there were some good things. There were some good things that Joe Tessitore, and I know Mizzle can't stand him because he's too damn loud, but him and Timothy Bradley did make some good points in regards of what could happen for Loma, because as you know, this lightweight division in between 135 and 140, it is loaded, and it is loaded with some tremendous, talented fighters. I mean, just think about this. In this particular weight class, you got Loma, you have Shakur Stevenson, you have Devin Haney, albeit coming off of a loss. And of course, you have a man that's fighting next month in the name of Gervonta Tank Davis, who's fighting next month. And I think you got Shakur Stevenson fighting in July. So there are some possibilities that you possibly could have some lightweight unification bouts.
I don't think Loma wants anything to do with Tank Davis.
Well, Tank. I don't know if you was able to catch us while you were doing the 9 to 5 duties, as we like to say, but
adulting.
Yes, that part. But Tank on his Twitter did say that he has not he has not crossed out the possibilities of giving Vasiliy a shot at Tank's title. So
yeah, that's going to be a great marketing fight. It's going to draw a lot of crowd, and a lot of people are going to talk about it. But let's just be real. Lomachenko don't want them problems, man. Because the difference is with Tank can eat a punch and still drop your ass. That's just the difference.
I'm not disagreeing with that. However, I don't know. Now, granted, yes, Loma's in his mid-30s. I get it. I understand it. I get it. However, Loma's skill is still there. And this is by far the most skilled fighter that Tank will have fought in his career.
And I won't argue that with you.
Now, that's not... Now, by all means, if this fight was to happen, by all means, Tank should be favored, being the fact that he is the younger fighter and he has a majority of the belts. Understandable.
I just think his power alone is a little bit more than Loma. And Loma
You're not wrong.
Loma does not want to stand toe-to-toe with him like he likes to do because he wants to get to the body. He might have to alter his whole game plan if he's going to fight Tank, because like I just said, Tank can eat a punch and will drop your ass. We've seen it. He took a straight stone cold punch and hit a motherfucker with an uppercut and dropped his ass. And both shots were dead on. And trust me, I'm a Lomachenko fan. I am a big fan. Just as well I'm a Gervonta Davis fan, but I just think that Tank's power is just a little bit more than what Loma might want to be in the phone booth with, if you know what I mean.
And I don't disagree with what you're saying at all. I don't. I mean, it definitely will make a huge fight. And that's a good point. That's a very good point.
Exactly. Oos.
Hang a star on that, baby.
Right.
That's a very good point. I mean,
it's a good analogy.
Well, I'll say this. It will generate a lot of pay-per-view buy rates, that's for sure. But I mean, first things first, we got to come to the fact that Tank's got to take care of Martin next month, which we believe he will. And then of course Shakur will take on his opponent. Now I will say that possibly Shakur Stevenson and Loma probably might happen sooner because they are both under the Top Rank banner.
Now you see with that fight there, that fight is going to be a finesse fight.
No, that fight will be the ultimate chess match.
Yes.
That
because you know how, brother, me and you can just take this whole fucking show and we can just turn this to Mizzle and Dub talks about Shakur Stevenson. Oh, that kid can fucking box. Okay? To be so, what I think his record is like maybe 18-0, something like that.
Yeah.
The kid can just flat out box. I would love to see that fight now. That would be a good one too. But it'd be like you said, a good chess match.
Now, just going back to the CompuBox stats here.
Okay.
George Kambosos, who by no means is a slouch.
No.
He has been a tremendous fighter, but the man only landed 40 punches out of 371 thrown. And percentage wise, that's 11%. Compared to the 175 punches that Loma land out of 480 thrown at a 37% clip. All right.
Hey, KB, I'm down with that. If you want to come on and do some boxing talking, brother, like we said, man, the door is always open for you to come on, brother.
Hey, all you gotta do is just say send the link, and we will send you the link. And that's on everything. Ooh, Chris Bird.
We definitely hanging the star on that.
You went there. Oh boy.
Hey. Not only does Oos not come with the jokes, though, he can come with some fucking knowledge. Oh yeah, knowledge. That's a nice comparison there, Oos. I like it. I like it a lot.
Chris Bird was a smart fighter.
Yes, indeed.
He wasn't a knockout puncher by no means, but he was very strategic.
He knew how to use the ring.
He was very strategic. And he also had a good jab. I mean, the commonality with most people that don't know how to knock people out or not knock out fighters is they have very good defense.
Mm-hmm.
They know how to counter, but they know how to jab the ever-living bejesus out of you.
You kind of just said Floyd Mayweather.
Well, yeah, but
I think you just said Floyd Mayweather. Wait. And people hate Mayweather for what he does. Now, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. If anybody that watches the Sweet Science, as me and my brother does, the thing when it comes to boxing is, number one, not to get hit, but to get points by hitting. Am I correct?
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but normally one of the first things the referee says, first thing is obey my command at all times, and the second thing he says is protect yourself at all times. Now, I do not claim to be a scholar.
No, we don't do that. We don't do that.
But
we don't do that.
However, if you looked at George Kambosos' face, it had a nice crimson mask around his right eye.
Oh yes.
And if you looked at Vasiliy Lomachenko's
pretty
face, he was indeed like Muhammad Ali. He was very, very pretty.
Pretty.
here's the problem. Floyd only became that is because he kept breaking his hands. Because again,
trying to kill you.
When Floyd was Pretty Boy had them hands, and you did not want to get them hands. Now trust me. If Money still had Pretty Boy's hands, I'm just saying
that KO ratio will be a lot higher than what it is.
Yeah. So instead of carrying you and embarrassing you for 36 minutes like he did when he became Money, if his hands were still the Pretty Boy hands, Ask
Second round.
Diego Corrales about his hands.
Just look at Diego Corrales' face.
Okay. Ask Arturo Gatti about Pretty Boy.
And then look at Arturo Gatti's face.
Or just how he flinched when Floyd went to the body. That's all you need to know.
And so you're gonna hate on a man that perfected the art of boxing by using the shoulder roll, defense, and counter punching, and just tattooing the shit out of you after you threw one punch. You throw for your one or two punches, Floyd's gonna hit you with 6. That's points. That's already points. You already lost. I'm not gonna stand in the ring and let somebody just swing at me and hit me. No. Bob and weave, motherfucker. Bob and weave. Shit.
Now I know people say, "Well, he picked his opponent." Okay, we're not talking about him hand picking his opponents. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the absolute skill. Okay, Floyd took
brilliance.
Floyd took skills from his dad, Floyd Sr.
Oh,
took skills
who had hands too.
Took skill from his uncle Roger, who trained him.
Who had hands too.
Not to mention he took skill from his uncle Jeff. So
had skills too.
See. Points been proven.
And yet again, we're gonna hang a big fat motherfucking star on that one too. I mean, see, that lets you know this man watches boxing. He understands it. You gotta understand boxing. I guess you just hate on what's great. I mean, yes, I'll see you say this. Being a big Floyd Mayweather fan, I was disappointed at the few of the fights that he took. You know, I had an issue with a few. Conor McGregor, come on. Or who did he fight towards the end?
Andre Berto.
Come on, man. Andre Berto was already on the way out right then and there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's a few fights that Floyd took, and I'm like, bro, really? But again, as being a fan, you want to be able to watch his fights because you want to say, well, damn, at least I saw him lose, but I just happened to see W's.
I still say his one of the best execution fights I ever seen him do was him against Ricky Hatton.
No, go ahead and mention it. He bounced that motherfucking head off that turnbuckle. Yeah,
I'm getting to that, but I believe Ricky Hatton came into that fight undefeated.
Ricky Hatton was, matter of fact, he beat the dog shit out of his last opponent.
Yes,
before he fought Floyd.
Yes.
So and everybody, so you know what? And for anybody that knows that knows this movie, the Ricky Hatton Floyd Mayweather fight was the Great White Hype.
Only difference was Floyd was in shape compared to Damon Wayans.
Exactly. That fight was definitely the Great White Hype because everybody was like, Ricky Hatton got that one punch, and I'm like, he ain't gonna even touch money,
and he didn't.
All money did was bounce his ass off that turnbuckle. I was living in Davis and watched that fight. As a matter of fact, I think Kenny, Sam, and somebody else came to the house to watch it because Kenny was rooting for Ricky Hatton. I'm like, bro, you can go on my goddamn back porch with that shit. It's Floyd, it's money team around here. What the hell you talking about?
God,
you can watch the fight from the patio. Matter of fact, I don't even think we sat down that fight. We stood up the whole fight. Hey, were you at my Davis house for the Tito fight?
Tito against Ricardo Mayorga?
Yes,
I was.
I had a fucking house full that day, boy.
Yes, yes, I did.
Damn, that was a lot of people.
And the only thing we kept saying was, "Slap him, Senior! Slap him! Slap him!" And gave him that 1-2 slap, and then Tito went to went to. I tell
He
you what,
woke up.
when Ricardo Mayorga lost, he got his ass whipped. I mean, even a not so in his prime Oscar De La Hoya put hands on Ricardo Mayorga.
Well, he took his L's very well.
But then again, Oscar did have Floyd Sr. training him, so that also helped just a little bit.
Yeah. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a different Mizzle and Dub show where we're just sitting here talking about all things boxing. You will get the 200th episode later on in the beginning of the middle of the week.
Oos, stop it. Stop it. Stop it right now.
I knew it was going. I was waiting on it. I was waiting on it. You damn right. He can step on that step stool and watch it over the fence. Don't bring that Ricky Hat nonsense into my house. Play that shit.
I'm trying not to fall out of this chair, dadgummit. What the hell?
I think me and Usa get you there.
Well, you almost got me with the Mizzle Merchant.
Hey.
Damn it.
I didn't want to put all those other ones because I knew that's what you were thinking I would have put. So I had to come with a little flair.
Oh yeah, you definitely went there with the flair. Abso-freaking-lutely. But glad you are with us as we're talking Sweet Science again tonight. It was Sunday afternoon in the land from down under, but it was a little bit past midnight in the east and about 7 here in the west. But Vasiliy Lomachenko.
Is it Monday there already? It's Monday there, isn't it?
Now it's Monday. Now it's Monday in Australia, yes, because it's now officially Mother's Day, and let us be the first to wish all the great mothers a happy Mother's Day. We hope that your sons, your daughters, your husbands, and or your wives,
whatever
treat you well on this day. But even though, as we have said many a times, honor your mom every day. Don't need one day, so you should be doing that every day. But nonetheless, let us do our due diligence and wish all the good moms out there a fantastic Mother's Day and enjoy the day.
We appreciate y'all.
Oh yes, because without y'all pushing us out, there is no life.
Or being sliced open.
The C-sections, yes, that too, because that does happen from time to time. But however, some more interesting stuff happening in this lightweight division, because don't forget, this upcoming Saturday, Emmanuel Navarrete, he's fighting for a title that's vacant. He's taking on Dennis Bernashek for the vacant WBO.
I like that kid.
The WBO lightweight title that's taking place in San Diego. So
I like that kid. I like Navarrete. That kid can box.
Yeah.
He's aggressive though too. Like he has a motor, and he wants to stay right in your face type boxing. I like that. He
almost kind of reminds me of a very young Nonito Donaire when Donaire first got to the game.
Okay.
Because young Donito was the same exact way when he first started.
Yes.
So that would be one comparison I would make. He is favored to become a 4-time division champion. And the plan is, should Navarrete get the win, which he's favored to do so, Bob Arum's goal is to have him and Lomachenko possibly fight later on this year in 2024. So,
isn't that a big height advantage? Navarrete is pretty fucking tall.
Well, he's 5'7" with a 72-inch reach. That's the kicker right there. That's the kicker right there. It's his reach.
Lomo ain't gonna be able to get into that body like that because he's gonna jab the shit out of him. That's what's gonna happen. So,
but as they say, styles make fights. So, I mean, that would be That would be a top ranked skull. But nonetheless, but now here's the question. Um, what is now next for George Kambosos? Because he he's at a boxing crossroads, if you will.
Mm,
He's been a champion.
yes,
He's been a fantastic fighter.
indeed.
Um, but he is he's at a boxing crossroads. He's trying to figure out what's going on. Um, he could possibly ask for a rematch against Teofimo Lopez, but I don't know if we want to see that again. So
No.
he is definitely at a boxing crossroads, and it's just interesting to see what might happen um, for him. But there was also some controversy that took place as the Aussie Andrew Maloney, in a controversial loss after a split decision loss, abruptly during the interview announces his retirement from boxing.
Oh,
Yeah, that's it's
that's not a rare thing to see. We've seen that. Well, hell, through my I'm 41, so I'm trying to remember how when I started focusing on boxing. Whatever. So for many years, you can when you've seen some boxing events where somebody after that fight, they were like, "Yep, this is it for me." It's pretty much where they do it after certain events. So yeah, good career.
yeah. The judges score. The judges had a close scoring card. Two judges had a 115, 113. The other one had a 116, 112, albeit a split decision. But obviously, um, some said that Maloney felt like he was in control of that fight. But as we know, the judges, um, sometimes when you leave it in their hands, you're like, what are you watching? Because I'm trying to
Do
understand.
you think Maloney got screwed?
Unfortunately, I didn't see the fight, so I would have to watch the highlights and so I can
Well,
give my.
I'm previewing it while we're doing I'm doing a double duty out here. I'm doing the show and checking out because that's the first that was actually the first fight of the night.
Okay. No, I did not. I only cut the main event because I totally forgot that Lomo was fighting.
I
Uh,
didn't tell you. My bad. I thought I
no,
told you.
no, 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 no. Like we had said it on the show, but
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't know what time they were showing. What the time frame that they were showing it.
Okay.
So
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah.
that's why I only cut the main event, not the undercard. Um,
Yeah.
but nonetheless, in more boxing news, featherweight champion Rafael Espinosa will face Sergio Chirino on Friday, June 21st, in the first defense of his WBO title. That will take place at the
Friday
Fountain.
night fights. Okay.
That will take place on. That will take place here in Vegas at the Blue Life Theater at the new Fountain Blue Casino, which is also including a 10-round junior lightweight bout between Andres Cortez and Abraham Nova. So some in-town boxing, and hopefully, if I get the chance to go, I'll go.
You should.
Absolutely. So now we're going back to Cinnamon, to where he says, I can do whatever I want, but then he says Benavidez and Crawford should be next.
I don't believe shit that comes out of Canelo's mouth now.
Well, just check out this quote. He says, if the money's right, I can fight Benavidez right now, Alvarez said. I don't give a shit. It's only a matter of money at this point. Everybody is asking for everything. To which we know Benavidez has said, I really don't care about the money. I just want the fight.
That's a scary fighter right there.
Now,
That's a scary fighter.
now this is what David Benavidez had to say.
All right,
He said the fans are now getting upset because this is the biggest fight on the table, which it is. Benavidez told ESPN earlier Saturday at the news conference to promote his June 15 fight against Alexander Gvozdyk. He said, and why are we going to leave it on the table for no reason? And that's coming from David Benavidez himself. So there you go. Nonetheless,
Sounds like somebody wants money for this fight and somebody just wants to fight.
well, we all know Cinnamon now in this stage is about what's going to be the bigger payday. Benavidez just wants to fight because he just wants to add Canelo to his mantle of fighters that he's beaten. So, I mean, there you go with that. But
Do you think we get it too late? Do you think it's going to be like Pacquiao and Floyd?
That's what I don't want, but here's the thing.
No, I don't want that shit either.
But here's the thing. Canelo's what? He'll be 34 this year. Benitez is only 27. So, if anything,
Right.
so if anything, Benavidez still might be in his prime, while Canelo might be on the last leg of his career. So,
Yeah.
I mean, okay. Now I'm dipping over to the other side because I am half Latino. Hence my name is the Blackskin. And you know this as well as I do. Whenever you get two Mexican fighters that call each other out, it's okay. Let's go. Let's man up and let's let's show our cojones. Okay.
Just let the fucking leather fly.
Yeah. Because I mean, of course, I don't have to go back to Marco Antonio Barrera and Eric Morales in the trilogy that they gave us. I don't have to go there. Okay.
Yes.
I don't have to go back to the trilogy that was Juan Manuel Marquez and Manny Pacquiao. I don't have to go there. But however, normally when stuff like this happens, it's a matter of let's fight. You didn't see Chavez Sr. back down from anybody. He damn near fought everybody. Didn't matter. You want to fight? Okay, let's go. Let's fight. And Senior, for the first 89 fights of his career, there was no beating him. Even though, and I will forever say this, his first L should have came against Pernell Whitaker, because I don't know what in the hell the judges saw. Because if you watch the replays and if you watch
That's a hell of a fight,
and you watch it in slow motion, you saw Sweet Pea avoid, duck, not get hit by any of Chavez's fights, and it was the same way when Sweet Pea fought Oscar. You look at the replay.
Oh God, tremendous fights.
Oscar couldn't touch Whitaker, but the judges screwed Sweet Pea twice.
Pernell Whitaker, man, oof, he taking me back when I love boxing, but that's when it was. You can sit and watch that shit all day.
Well, this is what I said. The unfortunate thing about the unfortunate thing is I wish we could have done this show back during that golden age when you had Hearns and Hagler and Duran and Ray Charles Leonard in that particular order, because I mean the stuff was just
spectacular.
Needless.
I think we would have probably had more shows talking about boxing than we do have football in that time.
You know what?
We'd have more boxing shows.
I'm going to venture on to say that you are not wrong on that, sir. I will, as Mills would say, I'll allow it.
Yep. Hey, brother, we love football. Football is like that's it. But when I found out that you like boxing and you can talk boxing on my level of boxing, I think that's where shit just went. Because I can sit here and watch boxing before I depending if the Raiders are playing. But I'm just saying, I will watch boxing. If boxing tries to go up against the NFL, Instead, it's not the Raiders. I might want to go watch some boxing. I just love it.
No, it's just this. But now, I mean, hell, Amazon Prime is now in the fight game. So now you gotta,
Here we go.
you gotta get that up.
Now, are they gonna charge you for the pay-per-view? Will they do that? Like make you rent it like they do the movies?
That is a very damn good question.
That will be cold as fuck. That will be ice cold.
Oh yes, you can rent this replay for $5.99, and you got 3 days to do it. I'm like, huh?
Well, you know what? Now, if they pay-per-views for the boxing is just about as good as their movie prices instead of like $80 goddamn dollars, then you know what? Okay. But
yeah. No, I saw one of the greatest memes of all time. It was Captain Planet and the Planeteers.
Was it Hulu, Sling?
Yeah. Buy your powers combined, you cost just like cable. I'm like, but I mean that
honestly, if you combine all your streaming services and everything, it's probably fucking more than cable.
Well, I mean, considering all the things that Netflix is going to add, starting next year with Monday Night Raw,
they already told you they're raising their prices.
Oh yeah,
and Peacock's raising their prices.
Yeah. So I mean, sometimes, and this was my biggest thing. Now, like I said, now I'll save that for the 200 show because that will be dipping into a different sport. But now there's one, and I think it's Netflix that is now trying to be the permanent home, to be the home of Black Friday games for the foreseeable future, which again we won't tell.
But I mean, football.
Supposedly now Netflix is trying to make a bid to be the home for Black Friday football.
I thought Prime had that already.
I think it was just for this year or this past season.
Oh,
I don't know what it is for 2024.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you this right here now on this non-traditional Mizzle and Dub show. Netflix go to $30 fucking, wrestling or not, I will cut that shit. That is too much for a streaming service. I'm sorry, and they're just rising. I remember Disney was $9.99. Now Disney is damn near $30. I mean, $25. But you know what though? I'm gonna keep Disney though, because they got all the Star Wars. They got X-Men now, Marvel. So yeah, Disney might have to stick around for a good while.
Yeah, some things you just have to make a decision. And
you know what? I might have to keep Netflix too because they are now getting WWE.
Well, not just that. I love their comedy specials because Chappelle will just come out of nowhere and be like, "Oh,
yep." You know what? Never getting rid of Netflix. Never getting rid of Netflix. There it is. You just said you said the magic word, Dave Chappelle.
Oh yeah, Chappelle. Yes. Yeah. It's like, oh, Chappelle got special. Okay, book it, Dano. But
I watch that shit at midnight.
Yeah, you do.
No, time out. That's not the truth. My wife loves Dave Chappelle too, so
wait a minute. Well,
yeah.
I mean, even if you don't love Chappelle, you still watch Chappelle. That's the great thing.
Oh, you respect that man's comedy,
Dave. You can't say this.
Does Brady have to choke a bitch?
Oh yes. So here's how it stands right now.
This fight could have been a draw.
Oh yeah, you talking about the fight we're talking about? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it could have been a draw.
So right now, coming into these two fights,
yes,
two of the lightweight titles were vacant. Obviously, Shakur Stevenson is the WBC lightweight champion, and of course, Gervonta Tank Davis is currently the WBA
Yes.
lightweight champion. As we said, Loma just claimed the IBF title, so the WBO title that Navarrete is fighting for is for the WBO lightweight title. So,
Okay.
of course, right now, as it stands, um, Emmanuel Navarrete is currently the WBO junior lightweight champion, which is the 130-pound limit. So obviously, there's that. So I mean, there's, I mean, between junior lightweight and welterweight, boy, it's got a lot of potential.
Hitters. Heavy hitters, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a good word to say right there.
Because I mean, you can have Tank jump up weight to fight Devin Haney if you want to do that, or you can have Haney and T.
Does he really want to do that?
I don't know, but I mean, you could have Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney put their belts on the line against each other in the 140-pound weight division. Of course, you still got Subriel Matthias, who's the IBF junior welterweight champion. You got Isaac Cruz, who is the WBA champion. So I mean, there's a lot of things that you can do in between these divisions.
Yes.
So I mean, it is interesting to see what can happen. But nonetheless, yeah, man, there's a lot of stuff that you can do. But nonetheless, Vasiliy Lomachenko gets the big win, stopping George Kambosos in the 11th round. As I'm trying to get some more boxing news here. Seeing if there's anything going on here. All right, looking for some more boxing schedules. So bear with me, fans.
I want to piggyback. You said something about me not liking Timothy Bradley. Timothy, he just doesn't know when to shut the fuck up.
Almost like Larry Merchant.
Well, at least with Larry Merchant, you get a
you do.
With Bradley, it's just.
Does it seem like he's always trying to overtalk Joe Tessitore when Tessitore?
Yes, that's why he needs to shut the fuck up.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that I was not the only one that caught that process. All right.
Well,
so
and you can also ask our dad about Timothy Bradley and his commentating. He'll tell you the same thing that I just said. He needs to shut the fuck up. I mean, I know that's your job to talk and do what you're supposed to do, but damn, let somebody else get some word in. Like, they just give you the whole. And I wonder if they're in his ear, like Timothy, and he just.
All right. Well, in Mexico, Eduardo Rocky Hernandez stopped Daniel Lugo for the WBA Continental Latin America and the WBC World Super Featherweight title in Eliminator in 7 rounds. Of course, this was on DAZN under the Matchroom Boxing Eddie Hearn promotion. And in the co-main event in the WBA Super Bantamweight title fight, which, of course, if you never seen bantamweights fight,
there's no defense. What's defense?
If you like leather being thrown,
what's defense?
Understand, bantamweight or super bantamweight, all you're going to see is just hands upon hands, upon hands upon hands upon hands upon hands.
Yeah, we didn't practice defense today.
It's just. Who's got the stronger chin? That's what's going to come down to. Who's 100%. Got the stronger chin? But nonetheless,
100%.
In that fight, which was women involved, it was which was Erica Cruz and Romero ended in a split draw. And as mentioned in the main event, Rocky Hernandez stopped Daniel Lugo with a 7th round knockout scheduled for 12. So just going there and looking at some more stuff. Also in the super lightweight, Randy Leon of Mexico City ended in a draw with Maisel Cabrera. That went 10 rounds.
Oh.
So, going through just some more news of what's going on here in the world of boxing, as this is a boxing edition of the Mizzle and Dub Show, talking about Vasiliy Lomachenko.
There's a lot of disappointment in that ring right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
The look. I would have lived with a draw, but a split. Ooh. So they saying dude didn't do nothing. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. There's a lot of disappointment in that ring right now.
All right, hold on. Let's go back. I'm trying to looking for the undercard. Hold on, folks, as we're getting down to that.
Oh, you talking about the undercard for this fight?
Yes. So we can give the names again. Hold on. Come on, go down.
We got Guerrera and
all right, so it was Pedro Guevara taking on, of course, Superfly champion Andrew Maloney of Wales, Australia, over 12 rounds. It was for the vacant WBC Super Interweight title, interim weight Superfly title, to which they gave Guevara the split decision.
He's pissed.
Yeah. Well, again, so here's how the refs or the judges scored this fight. One had it 115-113 Guevara. One had 116-112 Maloney, and the other one
116-112
for Maloney.
Oh,
so the judge,
but still, that's I didn't see that. Okay, what was the last judge?
Two of the judges that gave it for Guevara, they had the score 115-113. The one that gave it to Maloney had it scored 116-112.
I do like the first two scores. I don't like that last one, even though that he did give it to the.
So you don't like so you don't agree with the 116-112 score?
I do not agree with that 116-112. Okay. Not at all. Not
even
at all.
Even though that favored Maloney, but okay,
it did. Right. That's it did, but I do not. How I sat here and just watched while we were doing this. A draw would have been maybe easier, but I don't. Okay, maybe.
That's why that's why I said it looked like it possibly should have been a draw, but you know,
they both were landing blows. They both Well, like I say, I do a show with you, and I'm not sitting in Perth judging boxing right now.
Well, I'll say this: you, Ruff, and Mr. Vasquez could probably do a better job of judging boxing, sitting there ringside, than some of these judges do, and they're at ringside.
It was about as bad as Pacquiao versus who was it?
Jeff Horn. Jeff Horn in Australia. Yes.
Jeff Horn hands down won that fight. No. I'm sorry.
Pacquiao
hands down won that fight, and they gave it to Horn because it was in his backyard. And I'm like, how? Look at his face and look at Pacquiao. How?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Wait a minute. Is this? Hold on. Wait a minute. I just want to make sure. Hold on, fans. I'm trying to make sure that this is accurate. So bear with me for 1 second.
What's the fight in the date? Maybe I can help you.
I just want to make sure this is this is real. Hold on. Yes, it is. Folks, this upcoming Saturday, we have the unification of the heavyweight championship of the world.
It was Tyson Fury, right?
Fury and Alexander Usyk. Yes, that you can catch on DAZN, which how much are they charging for that? Which is something I want to know.
Oh, they're gonna hit you with the big Whopper.
Okay, so
They're gonna hit you with the triple Whopper with cheese. Or you can just subscribe to it and then cancel it. That is so not the right thing to do sometimes.
Can we move to Trinidad and Tobago and only pay $21.99 to watch this fight?
Well, is that American money? But it could be a lot more in their currency.
No, Trinidad and Tobago, $21.99 United States dollars.
That is wonderful.
In Venezuela, I can watch it for $21.99 in United States dollars. In the Virgin Islands, I can watch the fight for $21.99 in United States dollars. But
so you're only telling, so you're sitting here just telling me that America is just flat out just charges, right? That's what you're saying?
Well, actually, for this being a heavyweight title fight, they're only charging $69.99 United States dollars. So it's basically $70, which is not bad. Actually, not that bad. But in Great Britain pounds, I can watch it for $24.99 if I'm in jolly old England. But if I'm in Samoa, I can watch for $21.99.
That's ridiculous.
That
ridiculous
is
how much we pay for entertainment.
Yeah. Needless to say. But nonetheless, so the start times on this fight for the unification of the World Heavyweight title between Usyk and Tyson Fury. Again, it is this upcoming Saturday, May 18th. The official start time will be 5 p.m. in the United Kingdom. In the United States, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. The main event, the walks, is supposed to start 11:05 p.m. UK time, 6:05 Eastern, 3:05 Pacific is when you're supposed to get the main event, which I will just be clocking out for work if I was to dash home to try and watch this. So that is
I'll be in Napa.
Oh yes, he'll be wine tasting. And folks, you might get another boxing recap show of that particular Saturday. So stay tuned. You never know. You never know.
Which the 200th episode will be done by then.
Yes.
So we won't tease you no more with none of what we're doing right now.
All right. So if we're looking at the tail of the tape, Tyson Fury is 6'9" with a reach of 85. He is 34-0 with a 1 draw, 24 wins by way of knockout. For Alexander Usyk, it is UK versus the Ukraine. Usyk is 6'3" with a reach of 78.
Ooh.
This is his 22nd fight, but he is 21-0 with 14 KOs. So somebody's O in the loss column will go unless it's a draw. But
yes.
You got the height advantage in favor of Fury by 6 inches. You got the reach advantage by 7 in favor of Fury. But however, Alexander Usyk is just a tremendous fighter that is very good at getting inside to the body. That should be.
I might be in home in time for that.
Oh, you never know, folks. Things might happen. So here is the whole entire card for that particular evening that is taking place in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
On this upcoming. So
Riyadh,
I'm sorry. Riyadh. So we got Isaac Lowe against Hashibullah Ahmad in the featherweight division. David Nakia against Michael Seitz, cruiserweight. Daniel Lapin against Octavio.
Did you say Lupin?
Lapin, LP.
Lapin, okay.
LP against Octavio
Mhm.
PUDIVTR sounds Russian to me in the light heavyweight division. Really? Sergey Kovalev is fighting on this card?
Get the fuck out of here.
No. Former lightweight champion Sergey Kovalev is fighting Robert.
Wasn't he part of the
Swan.
Super Six?
Sergey Kovalev? No. Sergey Kovalev, I think Sergey has always been a light heavyweight, never never a middleweight.
Okay.
Sergey Kovalev is fighting Robin Sawan Safar in the light heavyweight division. In the lightweight division, it is Mark Chamberlain versus Jonathan Wahab. In the heavyweight division, Moses Ituama against a name I'm not even going to try to pronounce, but it's spelled LLIJAMEZENCEV. That's in the heavyweight division. Frank Sanchez fighting Ajit Kabayel in the heavyweight division. And for the IBF super featherweight title, it is Joe Cordina against Anthony, looks like Casey, or something like that, for Cordina's IBF super featherweight title. And of course, for the vacant IBF cruiserweight title, it is Jai Opitaya against Maris Brides for the vacant IBF cruiserweight title. Of course, that's the co-main event. And the main event, of course, Tyson Fury against Alexander Usyk for the IBF, WBA, WBC, and WBO heavyweight championship of the world. One man will unify the heavyweight championship of the world, and we will have one true heavyweight champion of the world in boxing, with the British Tyson Fury taking on the Ukrainian Alexander Usyk, which should be
a good one.
A fantastic fight. Of course,
you
can catch all that on DAZN. Well, fans, we have damn near talked an hour of the sweet science, and we were only we were only planning to go 30 to 45 minutes. But
happens.
We'd like to thank you guys for chiming in on this boxing recap of the Mizzle Dub Show, which again, Vasiliy Lomachenko reclaims the IBF lightweight champion of the world with a TKO stoppage of George Kambosos in Australia with 11-round TKO. Tremendous work to the body. And, well, it's nap time for us because we both have church in the morning on this Mother's Day. So we are about to go tend to that. But thank you to everybody chiming in and watching and commenting and hanging out with us on this early Mother's Day edition as we talk the sweet science of boxing. But again, this week, the 200th episode of the Mizzle Dub Show will commence this week. But we will do it to where all the fans can chime in and comment and be a part of the show. But nonetheless, thank you guys for chiming in. For Mizzle Merchant, I am the Black Skin Lampley saying thank you for watching this boxing edition of the Mizzle Dub Show. And as always, it is 12:05 o'clock. Some damn where. And you've been watching the Mizzle Dub Show, boxing style.